Huh? What do you mean?
Is that why you're telling me?
Okay,
Answer my question.
what? I'm finna catch a fight real quick.
Where?
What do you mean, where? Come on, just catch a quick fight real quick.
You gotta catch a fight. You're playing, bro.
No, babe, I'll do this. That's about to catch a fight.
You're not telling me where you're going.
My flight is in literally like 2 hours, bro. So,
Bro,
look,
that's
the keys is right.
ridiculous.
Alright, I need to tell you. I'm going back out for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm at home. I got a few things.
We all supposed to go back home. What are you talking about?
What?
We're all supposed to go back home.
No, I'm going home by myself for a little bit. Then I'm coming back and get y'all.
Nigga, what?
I was literally about to come
You got a little side piece or something I don't know about?
I mean, no, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying.
Every time I come downstairs, and when you're quiet, you're up to no good.
What do you mean?
You're up to no good.
I was literally about to go upstairs.
No, I was calling your phone, you did not answer.
What do you mean you don't care?
Just go. It's giving bad energy anyway.
How?
Go! You don't care. Don't care.
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna go.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I'm gonna with you. I'm really not playing with you.
Stop touching my shit, bro.
I want to leave.
Stop touching my shit. Stop touching my shit. Stop touching my stuff, bro.
No,
Because, look, you ain't know how to plug it. No. That's PS5. Stop. Hey, why would you go out getting high, bro?
Y'all gotta see this video.
I didn't cheat on you. I did not cheat on you.
It was a woman.
I did. Yes.
It was a woman.
Yep.
That's why it's not cheating, and
Yes.
I'm insecure because of that.
Yes, man up. Are you serious right now, bro? Are you going ballistic, putting all my stuff by the door?
Because you think this
Like,
is a
what's
game.
wrong with you?
You think this is really a game. I can't believe you.
A game?
I can't. You really need to get out.
Put my stuff back in the closet.
You need to get out for
Put
real.
my stuff
I
back.
can't believe that you think.
And I can't believe that you're doing all of this.
And you calling me insecure.
Yeah, insecure.
And the fact that you're recording me shows me that you have no remorse and no respect for me at all.
No, I want you to see how you look.
Because
doing the most. Because I had a little too much to drink and had a little fun with a friend.
Okay, and you call it fun, and I'm insecure because of that, right?
Yep.
And you think I'm supposed to be okay with that? There's no respect in our relationship.
It's no respect. I was honest.
How do y'all feel about this? And is she doing too much?
Out, please.
You're gonna do this on Christmas Eve.
It's not actually Christmas Eve. It's actually past 12. I waited for Christmas on a dot to start this off. It's 12:15. You can look. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas. Since you want to be a little Merry Christmas. Get your and get out.
You serious?
Get the out. Go.
Babe.
Watch the. Do not walk to me. Do not touch me, bro. Just get out.
You're not even giving me a chance.
I'm not giving you nothing. Just go, man. Go wherever you going.
Can we talk about?
No, we can't talk. I'm not telling Campbell none of that. Get the. We can't talk.
You serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
After I went all out.
I don't go. All the money I spent on you, that don't even compare what I spent on you. Get the out. Go wherever you going.
Come on, like, stop
Get the move. Go wherever you going.
You serious?
Yes, go wherever you going.
Zoe, like you know.
Bro, go wherever you're going. I don't know what you're gonna do with Ghost. You gotta go.
What could Zoe have told you like that? Because you
Bro, can you just go wherever you going?
Where am I supposed to go?
Go by your mom or something. You stand up first. Go by Zoe. I don't give a just go.
Now you told me I ain't never gotta go back over there. We doing this right now?
That's before this, man.
Am I the asshole for kicking my wife of over a decade out of the house for cheating on me again? That word again should never have been there. Personally, for me, I guess if this depends if you are willing to try and trust people again. But let's just read and figure it out. My wife, 30 female, and I, 31 male, were high school sweethearts. Oh, so you guys are young. We moved out of our parents' houses together, got married, had kids, and grown a lot, or at least I thought. Over the course of our relationship, she has cheated on me at least a dozen times, sneaking off with old flames or coworkers to make out and more. I don't mean to laugh. A dozen times. 12 times she's cheated on you, and you have stayed. What the hell? No. You should have left her a long time ago. What the Okay, here we go. Sorry, let me find my place. She's cheated on me at least a dozen times, sneaking off with old flames or coworkers to make out and more. Some of these times I've only found out about years after being married, but for some reason I've always forgiven her. But what happened this week was unforgivable. We had 3 Christmases over the past 3 days. My parents, hers, and a third 2 hours out of town with her grandparents and extended family. I drove both ways, which isn't uncommon, but when we came home, she asked if she could go visit her best friend. She's just really sad about being all alone for Christmas, she told me, and I told her to go because for some reason I still trusted her. You could say no, but after a full day of driving and playing with our kids, I was beat. Told her to go, but not expect me to be awake when she got home. Maybe I'll wake you up with a surprise. I'll be home by midnight. My instincts told me something was wrong, so I reached out to her best friend, who never responded. 4.5 hours later, she comes home and loiters outside on the phone with the guy that she works with. The guy that she's been cheating on me with all month, apparently. Pulled every crucial detail of her latest dalliance out of her over the next several hours. Distraught to be back here again. The following morning, I put her on blast on Facebook, told her brothers and friends directly, and kicked her out of the house. Next, I'm divorcing her for good. So am I the asshole for protecting my emotional well-being and separating myself from repeated abuse of my trust? What? No. Your wife should not be with anybody. She should be alone and just living her dating life. What? Guys, I don't understand cheaters. Like, if you've ever cheated before, please, feel free to message me and tell me why if you want.
Is this even a question? Absolutely. You're doing what you need to be doing. Why would you be the problem in this situation? What did she say to have you thinking that you were wrong for her cheating a dozen times? I think somebody in the comments, a woman, says she's probably cheated a lot more than that. Exactly. This woman is a bona fide problem. I don't know what she said. I don't know what she's got to make you be like, okay, yeah, it's cool. Just come on back. But you way too late to the party.
Dating is kind of like a humiliation ritual. Stay with me. So I got to get your number. After getting your number, I got to set up the date. After setting up the date, the day of the date, I got to hit you up and remind you about the date to show up. And then at the date, I need to be interesting. I need to be funny. I got to pay for the date, of course. And then also I might have to set up the Uber. I might have to come pick you up.
So I have a serious question for men, and I really want to know this. So if you met a woman and you knew that she was your wife, you knew that you had found the one for you, no question about it, but she told you that she wants to save herself until she gets married, are you going to wait for her? Why or why not?
A dude in the comments said, I'll wait, but I'll be entertaining other options until she's ready. Hashtag stay toxic.
An older woman with a younger guy is completely fine and cute, but an older guy with a younger girl is kind of gross.
Why?
Older men dating younger girls can be really creepy and it can get really weird really fast. He just wants to feel younger again and he wants to feel attractive again. But when older women do it, it's cute because it gives them that sense of freedom back, and women have this stigma of aging super poorly.
A lot of people date people who remind them of someone they used to be. I think both an older men and older women doing this, both of them want to feel younger.
I think that's true.
So then why do you feel like it's different when a man wants to feel younger versus when a woman wants to feel younger?
Men are known to kind of be predators a little more. Like, all of their friends are their age except for their girlfriend. But I mean, hey, if that's what gets the girl money, I'm not judging her, I'm judging a man.
In those dynamics, the woman is dating for lifestyle reasons and the man is dating because the younger girl is attractive. So both sides are getting their needs met. We have a tendency to blame the older guy but not the younger girl.
What the man is doing is kind of poor, and it's not good morally, to go after a younger person knowing that he has an advantage over her. The woman is doing it, I don't know, I think she's being smart. She's hopping on an opportunity. He's going out and literally searching for younger women, and it's just are you smart enough to jump in the way and take the opportunity, ride the wave home?
What was your name?
Georgia.
Preston, thank you so much.
Oh man alive, Georgia. Georgia's this big, age-wise. What is she, 17? No, I mean, she's probably 22 and been totally brainwashed. So first of all, who cares? Really, if everyone's of age, who cares, right? Do you really care? If a guy's dating a younger girl or if a woman's dating a younger man, who cares if everyone's of age, right? That's what you want to do. That's what makes you happy. That's who you found. Who gives, right? You got to be some sort of twisted maniac to even care about this. But what's important to note here is just the massive double standard. When a woman does it, and we saw this with Charlize Theron when she was talking about, oh, I just had with a 26-year-old, and everyone was like, yes, go girl, you got this, amazing. But if a man, her age, 50, says, I just had with a 26-year-old, you're a groomer, you're a predator, You're preying on her. You're a stalker. You're weird and creepy. Why? Why is that? Why is one celebrated? Because basically we live in a society now where women can do no wrong, essentially. Everything men do is wrong. And you're just, that lens is always looking for some sort of darkness in male behavior and some sort of lightness in female behavior all the time, right? So the message here is, who cares, A? And if you are someone who looks at a situation and immediately can say something like, well, if an older woman dates a younger man, it's amazing. But if an older man dates a younger woman, it's terrible. There's something wrong with you, honey. Your lens is cracked. Your lens is broken because there is nothing about this that should be problematic to you. If your philosophy at your core is whatever makes people happy and whatever is consensual and whatever is as long as it's safe and, people are of age, then what do you care? Also, there is a pattern that happens here. Again, I will tell you, and she's very young, so it's very odd to hear it from her. As women get older, there is this increasing jealousy that happens with a lot of them for younger women. Again, women who are single and older start flipping out. They do. They start flipping out. Now, if you're a supermodel or you're getting a ton of attention, or you have some weird career, you're on TV or something crazy like that, maybe it happens a little differently for you, because I knew a lot of women, who were, when I got married, and I got married late. When I got married, when I had a baby, who were like 40 in television, and they were still getting so much attention. You do a television appearance, you get 500 messages, in your inbox. Everyone's always telling you how gorgeous you are, all this stuff, whatever. They're a little bit different. And I noticed that the panic would happen later for them, right? Because they were getting so flooded with attention. But your average woman who's not in one of those careers, isn't like a former supermodel, none of that, starts getting up in age and starts to panic, right? And all of a sudden, all of those guys that look at the younger women, they have to make them into monsters. Why don't you want me? When he's drawn to a younger woman because he's saying, well, I want 5 kids and I'm drawn to her, fertility, and I'm drawn to her youth because she hasn't been through 20 relationships that soured her. And I'm drawn to just, the fact that she's in her prime physically. That has to become a negative because that woman needs an ego boost, right? If she turns him into a monster, then it's not a reflection of the reality that she's not in her prime anymore and that she made decisions that probably weren't best for her, right? The good quality women are the ones that get to that age and turn around and say, don't do what I did. This was a mistake, and here's why. Or maybe it wasn't a mistake and this was my life plan to follow. This is the plan God has for me, but here's why it could be a problem for you. They're honest about their feelings, to try to improve female outcome. They're not ripping on guys, making guys into predators just because they're looking more at a 30-year-old than a 40-year-old woman for reasons that are perfectly valid, right? For the choices they want to make in their life. So just know the double standard.
Modern women don't have any, at whatever age, they don't have any problem saying what they want, what they will and will not accept. But then when a man says, okay, two-way conversation, it's my turn to talk, he starts talking about what he wants, and then all of a sudden, what he wants does not fit within the parameters of what she'll accept. Turns out, that's why a lot of men are staying single and they're not marrying or committing to women, because a lot of these modern women will get into the relationship and continue to do the same thing over and over again, nag and complain, because what he's doing doesn't fit into what she'll accept.
When women get rejected, it's deep. I don't know what it is, but we do not handle it well. Actually, I do know what it is, and I'm gonna tell you in this video. Women desire to be desired. Okay, that is something you're gonna see in every woman. She wants to be desired. Some people allow their desire to run them. Some people can harness their desire, but all women deep down want to be desired. And so when she's not desired or does not feel desirable, she takes that internally. I mean, it makes her sad. It can cause depression. It can cause anxiety. It can cause you to feel like you're not good enough. It can cause hopelessness. I mean, it gets very deep. Because of that, I think a lot of women don't put themselves out there. I think it boils down to one simple thing. That as women, we have to accept that looks matter. And we can fight it, we can argue it, but looks matter. And when a man's not attracted to us, it hits deep. Because most men are rejecting you because they're not attracted to you.
Or even look in your direction. But not only that, so many women have taught men over the years that all men are predatorial, so the good men of the world gave up. And it's so funny because women will constantly say that men don't listen, but now that men are listening, y'all are wondering where the good guys are at, why they don't approach you anymore, and why men are just simply not interested. And why the hell would they be interested? They don't know if they're going to be the next subject of all men are trash content on social media. They don't know if they're going to be accused of doing something they didn't.
Like, okay, and that's why I wanted to talk about this with you, because I'm like, if I feel this way, there's so many other people in the world that are feeling this way. And if anything, more and more as like social media becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and dating apps, the more people feel uncomfortable to talk to you in real life. And I'm like someone that's very, very much like passionate about like, I have Raya, but like I've never went on a date from a dating app. Not that I like judge it or anything. I just have this weird internal knowing that like I'm gonna meet someone in real life, like organically through friends. That's how I've always met everyone. But then now it's like the more people are going on social media, the more uncomfortable even some men are to like walk up to you. It's like I've seen guys stare at me like the whole night, and I'm like, you are still never gonna say anything?
Isn't that crazy?
It's
They'll
so
just
annoying.
Stare, like as if you're supposed to make the first move.
Yeah, I'm like,
that is so normalized. Yeah, I totally agree with you, because right now everyone is so behind the keyboards on the dating apps, like on the paywall platforms. Like there's so many ways that we're just disconnecting from other people and losing, honestly, that sense of like that social aspect, that social lubricant, whatever it is that makes you be able to go around a room and talk to strangers and all this, that confidence essentially. And
You know, you just really look at the both of them. Beautiful ladies, but they're just talking. Not about a lot. They're just sharing stories. It's not going to go anywhere, but they're sharing nevertheless. They're not looking at it from anybody else's perspective. They're not trying to get understanding. They're just looking to talk. That's all they ever really want to do, is talk.
Let's say a guy, like, you're trying to pursue me, right? But I'm just like, no. Oh, no. And then you keep trying. The woman likes it because she feels like she's wanted. She feels special. So
some of them will even say, oh, I'm used to girls walking up to me.
Insane. But
What happened to
not
your
insane.
What happened to your natural instinct? Is that gone now? Are men just choosing not to walk up to women? Is that a thing?
What are men doing wrong?
Oh, a lot. Whether it's the chicken or the egg, the men are not asking women out. Now, the bottom line is we're having a problem post-pandemic where men are not asking women out. I don't know if it's a white man disease right now.
I think it's soy milk.
They're afraid they're going to get like
I'll tell you what it
canceled.
is. My experience pre-Lauren, when I was running around my single days, like we didn't have the apps, and if you saw a woman, you had to go up.
Right. At the bar, the restaurant, the gas station, they used to come up to you at Whole Foods and say, hey, can you help me with this? Is this a good salad dressing?
Yeah, and you had to show you were interested, and you had to say something.
Take their number.
It is harder, I think, and also because
But you
of that.
saw what you're getting in person, so you knew that it wasn't a lie
That's
on
true.
the apps.
And because of that, also, I think when you found somebody, you were much more
interested.
Yeah, you stayed longer.
The
because
level of interest.
Men don't really approach women that much anymore for a lot of different reasons, I think. But personally, I want to be approached. I would love to meet someone in real life versus online. And as long as it's a respectful approach, I'm always going to be nice. Even if I'm not interested, I'm never going to be rude to the guy. But I think as women, we have to give a signal that we are interested before most men will feel like it's okay to like actually approach you. Personally, I'm not going to approach a man. That's not me, but I will make it clear that I'm interested. I will pretty much give him an open invitation to approach me through eye contact, smiling at him, physically like getting closer to him in whatever vicinity that we're in. And if he doesn't take that invitation, then I would just assume he's taken or he doesn't have the confidence to come up to me, which just means he's not for me. I'm gonna try harder to meet people in real life.
Your hint to go up to a girl, eye contact. If they're just looking at you, they want you to come up to them.
I'm
Just
taking
like,
mental notes.
and this is my hint. I literally kept going like this. And we made eye contact, I swear to you, like maybe 8-9 times. So that was my hint, like come up to me, like I'm obviously think you're cute or something, right? Did not come up to me, and I was So like, basically all right, read her kinda mind. bummed. Yeah, that's kind of what I was That's saying. a note. I get back home, I wake up the next day, I get a DM. Hey, saw you at the Steve Madden event, you're really cute. I open it, it was the pink shirt guy. I was like, why did you come up to me? Like,
They're the biggest bitches, and I just want to know why. Why is it that every single guy I've given my number to, except for one, maybe two, since I started dating at the beginning of the summer, me going up to them, I swear to God, I just went to Chipotle after the gym, immediately make eye contact with this guy. He was very good looking. I could tell that he was interested in me, and I could tell he was looking at me for a long time. When I walked in, he was checking out, so he should have been leaving. I go in line. He circled the block and went to use the bathroom, and I could see him in the reflection of the Chipotle like thing. I could see him looking at me from behind. I also was wearing gym shorts, so he might have just been looking at my ass. Anyway, looking out, I walk right past him and start walking to my car. The second I get in my car, he gets up and leaves and goes to his car. And I have a Tesla, so I had all my cameras on and saw him walking behind my car, like staring at me. Just come up and say something, bro. Like, I just don't what are you guys worried about? Rejection? Do you need a tampon? Get the
Here's some crazy research for you. So, a third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done. Tell me why you don't want to have a partner in life. Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner. Even if you weren't to remarry, just to have a partner. I mean, I've talked to a lot of men. I've got my answers, but I want to hear it in the comments. So please, drop it in the comments.
You know, just thinking about that last clip where she was talking about why don't men approach, men are basically, in so many words, just cowards. They're cowardly because they don't approach. And then, you know, combining that thought process with this clip of men saying, I'm done, I'm not doing it, and wanting to know why men are done. Well, you can go back to that last clip, like I said, and you can listen to the way that women talk to men. They want to talk to their friends and almost quite literally any and everybody else with respect. But when it comes to a man, you just talk to him sideways, talk to him like trash, you treat him like trash, and the way you're talking is indicative of how you're going to be treating somebody in a relationship. Is the way, oh, you're just this, all right, and just really flip it, really just dismissive of what a man says, dismissive of a man's feelings. And so when a man doesn't want to be in a relationship with you or people like you, you're wondering why. But we continue to get on this app and see exactly the reason why.
The feminist movement was fighting for equal opportunity for women in education and the workforce. The sexual revolution was fighting for all sorts of sexual freedoms. Cosmo, we pretended that this sexual revolution was a freedom for women. It actually was not. It was actually kind of a slavery. But we pretended it was freedom for women. And over time, as the sexual revolution and the women's movement got identified closer and closer together, a lot of women began to buy into that illusion.
All you ladies who dislike arrogance and like humbleness want a life that is so extra and lavish. You want a six-figure man. You want a high-value man and doing all this stuff. Why is it that everyone pretends like they hate arrogance, but then their standards are? Like, if we're being very honest, there's about, 10 of you here? Maybe 2 or 3 of you at best will get with a guy who makes 6 figures or more, because it's such a small percentage. By the numbers, it's probably impossible for all of you to get that. So there is a bit of like an arrogance to that, where it's like, if you love humbleness so much, why don't you live a humble life? What's wrong with getting with a regular dude who's got a 401k, he makes $40K a year, maybe he's home at the end of the day, he takes care of the bills, you guys got a nice little house in the suburbs. Why is that not enough? I don't understand why there's all this talk about like, would I let my high value man cheat? I'm gonna be honest with y'all, most of y'all not gonna get one. And that's not me trying to be mean. It's like,
Patrick, this is very hard for me to say this. And let me tell you why it's very hard. I said, what's that? She says, ever since in high school, I wanted to prove to men that I can beat them. So when I graduated high school and college, I opened up my salon. We do very well. I've made millions of dollars. My people and my work that work at the salon, they do very well for themselves. I drive a nice car, I have a nice house, I have money, I have millions. I don't worry about any of that stuff. You know what decision I made last night? I said, what's that? She says, I want a husband. I no longer want to compete with men. I need them. And I'm like, what? She's saying this in front of 2,000 people with her sister sitting right next to her. Wow. And now she's getting emotional. How many 65-year-old women do we have to hear saying that I marched with the feminist movement and I bought into the fact that men are the enemy? I've never been married. I'm alone and I'm miserable and I wish I would have never bought into that philosophy.
Now this one is for my ladies. Let's get into it. After I graduated with my master's, this woman that I used to work with, you know who you are, she pulled me aside. She said, Sam, you're a pretty girl. When you gonna settle down and get married? I laughed And I said, probably after I get my LCSW. She looked at me dead in my eye and said, shut the door. And so I did. She said, now look around, Sam. Look at the women my age. Look at the women who prioritize their career over family. And now they're lonely. All they have is their career, searching for meaning in vacations and brunches. And I saw it with my own eyes. It wasn't what I wanted for myself. She said what matters to her most now is her husband, her kids, and her grandbabies. That was her legacy. Y'all, and that changed everything for me. So I say all that to say this. Ladies, stop buying the lies of culture. Family is ministry. It's your first ministry. We weren't created to fight being helpmates. That's our divine purpose. We were created to walk in it with power. Don't lose yourself trying to chase a version of success that leaves you empty. God's way still works.
Stifler, ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10.
10.
10.
10.
10.
Like a 6.
I was gonna say like a 7, maybe 8.
I give myself like
We love a humble
6.9 on a good day. Okay, so but 10? 10, really? It's a bit of hubris, a little bit, don't you think? I mean, 10?
It's confident, not confident.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, if you view yourself as a 10, then surely you must deserve a 10. So if you have a bunch of women who think they're 10, one of the problems in the dating marketplace is people don't have a reasonable self-assessment of their own attractiveness, and thus their standards are, they're not going to be able to secure the type of partner that they're going after if they think they're a 10. No offense, guys. Okay,
I disagree.
I'm getting death stares.
I have a question specifically for the men. What would you think about the age of consent?
I think your question should be for the women, because you're basically saying that they can't make a decision for themselves until they're 25. But since you asked men, I will answer as a man. It doesn't apply to me, I don't care. But if the age of consent is going to get moved to 25, then I think that we should move like you are not an adult in any form or fashion until you're 25. Can't join the military, can't drink, can't smoke, can't get into nightclubs, and they're never going to do this. But if you're going to make it 25, make it 25 for everything. But the real question is like, women, are you okay with this? Like, women, are you okay with the government saying like, you cannot consent to sleeping with someone until you're 25? My other question, I'm stupid, so help me out here. Does that mean that if you are 24, you can sleep with a 16-year-old? Because technically you're both under the age of consent? Because if that's the case, then absolutely not. Like 17 and 14 is already bad, but at least like they could be in the same high school. But if you could be 24 sleeping with a 14-year-old, we got problems.
Well, you know, they're going to have some sort of double gated consent. Like the first gate of consent is 18 and the second gate of consent is 25. So they're going to make rules for that. And then they're going to make some more rules. And then they're actually going to have a third gate of consent the longer it goes, because modern women have nothing else to do but continue making up bullcrap. That's really what they're doing.
I was told not to speak about this, and honestly it just makes me want to speak about this even more. And not because I want to talk crap or any of that kind of stuff. It's just, life is really hard to just keep it all in and not share it. And to be honest, yes, this is my second divorce. Yes, I'm 25 years old, and I know that's embarrassing. Like, that sounds embarrassing. Like, oh, you must be the problem. Oh my gosh, 25 and your second divorce. Yes, I am going through another divorce, and I am going to speak about it. Not going to share the reasons specifically why, because yes, the person does deserve privacy. But all I can say is that this is a very difficult time for me. This has been my lowest point ever, and I will never stay, even if I love a man. My kids will always come first, no matter what. I don't care if we're married. And that decision that I made was really hard. It was like the hardest decision I had to make in my entire life. But I know that I made the right choice, because JoJo deserves the best. Isaiah deserves the best. And I will continue to do that always. Now, it's not easy being a single mom again. And I say again because the first time I married, it backfired really fast, a week after to be exact, because cheaters will be cheaters, you know, and unfortunately, or actually I would say thankfully, I got pregnant and I have my JoJo now. The only problem is that just because you get married, it doesn't mean everything will be solved for you or everything's gonna go great. Things don't always turn out the way you plan them to. And yeah, I got pregnant and I've been carrying the weight by myself with JoJo for the past, I mean, he's gonna be 4. Although in my second marriage, I did receive like help for JoJo. I'm happy I have JoJo in my life because I don't have to go through this alone, but I am sad that I couldn't give JoJo a father figure. I am sad about it. I am. Now, Isaiah has a great father figure, and I'm so happy for that, but it's still unfortunate that I couldn't give both my children what they deserved. And there won't be a third. There won't be a third try. You know how they say, third time's the charm. No, I ain't doing that anymore. And I'm gonna struggle for who knows how long until they're older and they're able to, you know, be independent. But for now, I still have to continue to work very hard, and I still have to continue to be in this state co-parenting because that's where my second child was born and that's where his father is, and I have to stay here and I'm stuck regardless of my circumstances. And I have to constantly be trying to find new babysitters because they all quit. They all quit after like 2 weeks because I can't afford that much. So I'm constantly with fear that I might get fired at my job because this past month I've been late twice because my babysitters are so unreliable and they just quit. And this is gonna be my life for who knows how many years until my kids go into school. I don't know, but they're still very young, so that's still gonna continue for a long time. And not just that, but I don't have my family here. Like, I miss my mom, I miss all of them, and they're in a different country. Like, there's nothing I can do about it because I'm co-parenting and I have to stay here. But I also can't have the support of my soon-to-be ex-husband because if we want to do it the correct way and co-parent the right way, I have to keep to myself and I have to do things on my own. And I can't ask his family for help because that's his family. And the minute I decide to divorce him, which I'm in the process of doing right now, I can't receive help from his family. And it's unfortunate for me because I'm the loneliest I've ever been. I'm at the lowest financially too. My car is I don't think my car will make it another winter here. It needs tires, it needs brakes, it needs a lot of things. And it's just a constant stress of thinking, shoot, are we gonna make it this month? Like, and then on top of that, like, just feeling all the weight. Anyways, this page is only about positivity. And the reason why I speak like a lot of positive stuff is because I've heard this saying that if you speak positive thoughts, you will feel positive. So that's why I speak positive things all the time, not because I feel good right now or because I just try to trick my brain into thinking everything's okay when honestly, like, I'm not doing that okay. Every day I feel worried, I feel stressed, and I know that there's bigger problems, you know, like at least we're all alive and we're healthy, but it really is hard being a single mom again. But I know that at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it. And my kids will know that I chose them. And one day they're gonna realize how hard I worked for them. And I also hope that they know how much I love them. So for that person who commented on my other post saying, like, oh, you left your second marriage because you were bored. That's not why I left. It's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I was just so bored that I left, and now I'm in this situation, and I keep choosing this situation just because I don't want to be bored. Trust me. I am so grateful at the end of the day for what I have, and I'm so grateful to know that there's still a few people in my life who care about me, and I will continue to use this platform to vent, because at the end of the day, it's mainly just strangers. It's a safe space, right? We can just vent, and no one really cares. I mean, except for the haters who come here and like talk crap to me, but whatever. I don't have to stay silent about all this. This is my journey, and I will speak on it. And My married days are over. I don't have to stay silent anymore. If there's some truth that I want to share and it's my journey, I'm going to share it. And it is what it is. So if any of this makes you uncomfortable, then just exit out my page. Don't look at my stuff. That's how I feel today, and hopefully tomorrow's a better day. We will continue to try and stay positive because that's all we can do at this point, and hopefully life gets better, not just for me, but for my kids, because that's all that I care about. That is all I care about. Have a good day.
Somebody said salvage title with 250,000 miles. You know, I think the way you're moving through these divorces, if you say, I'm divorced at 25 from a second time, that means you probably got married pretty young, maybe 18 or 19. Probably within a year or two, you're out of that marriage. What is it, 21, 22, maybe? And then you kind of heal for maybe a few months, 6 months. You meet another guy, and right around 23, the latter part of 23, I'd say, then you get married again, and you stay married to that person for about a year or so until you're out of the divorce or out of the marriage at 25. You know, we can talk about the stuff that he did wrong, but I think the fact that you're moving in between these relationships so quickly, that's something that you need to work out. And now you're trying to defend yourself and tell the world how great you are, when really, honestly and truly, at this point in time, most people with half a brain will probably say you need to do some work on yourself at the very least, and also you're a terrible judge of character.
If you have a daughter in her 20s or even early 30s and she's actively dating and she meets a man that she really vibes with and she thinks she may have a future with, talk to her and tell her to take the time to find out how he feels about women's roles. And I'm saying this because first of all, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a single mother. The vast majority of single mothers are not single mothers by choice. So I say all that to say, if he was raised by a strong, independent, single woman, and he watched his mother struggle, and he watched her work multiple jobs, and he watched her being unable to rest in her feminine energy and unable to thrive, just being a woman and a mother because she was always working and struggling, 9 times out of 10, that is going to color how he feels about women's roles. And he's either going to go one of two different ways. He's either going to think, you know, my mama struggled, my mama got out the mud, my mama worked hard, so that's just what women do. That's what women are supposed to do, right? Or he's going to think to himself, I want better for my wife. I watched my mama struggle for years. I watched her work multiple jobs. I heard her crying at night. I don't want my wife to live like that. I'm going to be a provider. So I say all that to get to another point. And I know this is a dead issue. We have beat it to death. But the whole 50-50 thing, I genuinely think, my theory is a lot of men think that 50-50 is actually doing something right because they saw their mamas struggle so much and they saw their mamas do it all alone. Some part of their mind probably thinks, I'm not asking you to do it all, baby. I'm just asking you to do half. That's so much better than what my mama had. My mama had to do it all by herself. We're going to do this together. You do half, I do half. I really think in their minds, they're thinking they're doing something good because it's better than what their mama had, but they're not thinking that what their mama had was really unacceptable and not the life that a woman, a mother, should be living. So getting back to my original point, if you have a daughter who is actively dating, sit her down and talk to her and make sure she is aware of the man's mindset before she goes any further, before she gets engaged, before she gets married and has kids. You don't want to be a married single mother, and you don't want to be married to a man that thinks it's okay for a woman to struggle because that's all he knows. So do with that as you will.
So obviously, there's a lot of women in the comments agreeing with this. But there's somebody in the comments, Pops on the Move, that says, we're teaching our sons to stay away from single moms because they get nothing out of it. As we're going 50-50, the two can have a lot with both incomes or struggle with his one. Only 6% of men make over $100,000. The average salary is about $56,000. I think it's a little bit lower than that. So think about that before you think some man can take care of any woman with his $56,000 a year in this economy. Somebody else, another man here said, listen, I have 12 older sisters. I never understood why each of them were told the same thing by our father, that a man should provide for them. While with me, I was told my sole purpose is to live and die, to provide for every woman I've met. And I listened until I paid off my ex's $94,000 credit card debt when we dated. That whole relationship trauma changed my whole perspective on women and relationships. $94,000. Now I gotta throw it to you a little bit. You pay that off and y'all weren't even married. $94,000. It's a car. That's a nice car. That's a luxury car. That's a car that even if it's not luxury, it's a car that's on the highest trim model. You can get a very nice car for what you paid for your ex to be free. Okay? But I'm not going to shame you for it and bash you for it. This is what men talk about. When you get up on here and you say stuff like this, that a man is supposed to be providing, that a man is supposed to be given 100%, 70, 80%, while the woman sits up there and we don't know actually what she's doing. You really didn't actually say anything that she's supposed to be doing. Just that men are thinking, oh, well, 50-50 should be great because my mom did 100. It doesn't matter if the mom did 100. Doesn't matter if the mom did 75. Both people are in the mom doesn't even come into this because both people should be contributing equally to the relationship. End of story. I mean, we sit up here and try to have think pieces and dissertations and a thesis here and a thesis there and a conference here and a conference there and a convocation and a seminar and a workshop, 3-day retreat on why men need to continue to be men as in the olden days, but then modern women can get up here and basically do nothing. Well, my dad told me that a man should, your dad is not living in today. Your dad didn't play by the same rules that we have to play by today. So what your dad is saying, although he may be right, your dad's advice is going to get you absolutely raked over the coals. Just raked. Just absolutely trashed with these modern women today. You $94,000 in credit card debt. He paid off. He paid it off. They're not even married. Where is she today? Scot-free, $94,000 lighter. No, I'm not your provider. I'm not nothing to you. You can't come out here and put in 50 and I put in 50. Now, I'm not saying that you got to have the same type of salary. You got to make the same salary, right? But if the man is making the salary and then he's coming home and cooking and he's cleaning and he's washing the dishes and doing everything around the house, and you're not really doing anything, what is your use? What do you do? Like, even outside of gender roles, what is your use on the team? If the quarterback lines up, down, set, hut, I try to hand the ball off to you, you're standing there looking at me. Okay, I'll run it myself. Fine. But then when I turn my back, you're not blocking and the defensive lineman is coming into me. Okay, you're not going to block. So I have to learn some evasive techniques. All right. Now let me run. Let me scramble. Okay. You see me scrambling. Why are you not releasing so that maybe when you get across the line, I can throw it to you? Okay, you're not doing that. You're just sitting there staring at me. Let me see if I could run and maybe not get sacked. Maybe not get injured in the process. So if I'm having to learn it's one thing if you've got like a powerful lineman. Like, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're training. But this guy is just, wow. This guy is strong, muscular, fast, just breaks through the line. You try to do everything that you can to stop it, he still gets to me, quarterback sack. There's nothing we can do about it. That's what an emergency is in life. We're doing all that we can. Life is just coming at us. There's not a lot that we could have done. So we got to try to put our heads together and figure out how to get out of this. But modern women today want to sit there and watch them come through. Oh, I didn't know what to do. I'm just a girl. Want to sit there and allow things to happen. Oh, I'm just a girl. I didn't think that. Want to sit there and allow this to happen. Oh, I'm just a girl. I didn't feel as though. And allow the man to sink. And then when the man begins to sink, he wasn't man enough. I'm going to find somebody else to talk to. I'm going to find somebody else to go to. This man paid $94,000 in credit card debt off for his ex. And I think I'm going to go find another relationship. I think I'm going to go do something else. So no, we're not going to do this. Oh, well, it's not a great deal to go 50-50. It is a great deal. You have two people pulling one side, the other. Think about if you say, okay, if you got me pulling the left side, think about me as one person. I'm doing both. Now, it'd be great if you're by yourself. I'm doing both. Pumping. Left and right. Pumping. But if somebody says, I got you, I'm going to take the left side, you take the right side. That means I can take both of my hands and just focus on the left while you focus on the right. How far can we get if I take all my strength and dedicate it to one side? You take all your strength and dedicate it to one side. Or, shoot, we can get creative and say, I'm going to take one for your side, you take one from my side. As a matter of fact, I want to get on the right side now. You get on the left. Let's see how it looks. No, it's the same or it's really different. It don't matter. The point is, we're both experiencing different sides on the team. We're both experiencing different facets and phases in the relationship because we're working together. Y'all will sit up there and hold fast to whatever somebody else said, but then change when it don't benefit you. Ooh, I don't think we can do that. See, when it comes to dating, I'm a traditional woman. But when it comes to being out here and staying out all night, I'm a modern woman. You see, when I want a man to pay my gas and pump my gas and go wash my car and me stay in the house and watch Golden Girls, and I'm a traditional woman. But when it comes time for me to say, okay, babe, you just got in from work, you're in there taking a shower, the trash is overflowing, I'll go ahead and take it out. Why not? Anything for my man. Oh, and by the way, I'm the one who put all that trash in there. About 75% of it. So maybe I should take it out. Maybe I should help out around the house. Maybe I should do something. Oh, baby, you didn't work out. You've been at work all day. Don't worry about it. I got the clothes. I wash them, dry them, put them up. I'll fold them. Don't worry about that. Helping out in whatever way you can to make the relationship successful. But y'all don't want to hear about that.